Hello everyone, Pallytime here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. Apparently, behind my pretty face that you're seeing right now, I've just been informed that I left my own chat channel by literally doing nothing. Alright, in today's video, we're going to be playing as Malfurion. He was recently changed in the newest patch. They redid some of his talents, but most importantly, they removed Conjurer's Pursuit, and then everyone lost their damn mind because they thought Malfurion was going to be the worst healer in the game. I never thought that. Forecourt Jester never thought that. And for what we've seen so far, Malfurion may be rising to the top. So let's go ahead and play him today. I kind of hit that ready button too soon. Let's hit the ready button again, Furion. Say your thing.
Balloon, grant us strength.
Yeah, buddy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have landed on the Tomb of the Spider Queen. The friendly team, I'm feeling pretty good about this actually. Zagara, ETC, Zeratul, Gazlo, and Malfurion. The enemy team, Murky, Lili, Nazeebo, the Butcher, and Rhaegar. So we do have to worry about the Butcher. Now hopefully if I'm playing properly, we'll be fine in that regard. In my opinion, there are now two talents that you should consider when you are starting a game on Malfurion. Those talents are the Scouting Drone for vision purposes, or the reduced Innervate cooldown. Basically, the determining factor is how mana intensive is your team and how crappy is vision on the particular map you're on. Our team should be fine without that extra mana, so I'm going to go for the Scouting Drone. I'll be able to put these down to cover the spider butt turn-ins in both directions, and you can see we can fully spot the enemy team here as they're moving around thinking about doing stuff. Let's go ahead and put the roots behind the Butcher so when he tries to escape, he has nowhere to go. Unfortunately, he did outsmart me and just moved further towards me, like the brave man that he is. Almost got first blood on Murky, not that it really matters at all. We definitely don't want to lose our tank for it, so the roots are going to be once again going out, catching several members of the enemy team. Our Q ability is Regrowth. It is a heal over time. Our trait is Innervate. It is a mana return over time. Malfurion, the only character in the game that can give mana return. Our W ability is just a very small AoE poke that has a very short cooldown. I don't use this too very much, I'll admit. Let's go ahead and replace the Scouting Drone. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just put it right out in the open. Be like, hey, what's up? I know what's going on here. I know what's going on here. These Scouting Drones do have a 45-second cooldown, but you could just see how useful they are. I mean, we could fully spot everything. Just come in here, poke at this guy. It really is going to make it difficult for them to turn in coins, at least a little uncontested, if we stay on top of that. We are going to self-cast the Roots on me. The Roots are my E ability. It is a crowd control in an area that slowly gets bigger. It'll basically keep a person still for a few moments. And I think that's all of my abilities. I think I covered them all. We're going to put the Roots right behind the Butcher, keeping him in place. We need to get our regen out on our tank, our ETC. But are we going to take down the Butcher? No, it looks like Lili is going to have enough healing to keep him alive. That Scouting Drone's still intact, so we're just going to cycle down here. Make sure this one stays intact, too. We're getting body blocked by a Murky. I don't feel too good about that. Let's put it on this side. I feel like there's going to be less people trying to walk over here. My goal on Malfurion is not to do damage. My goal on Malfurion is to be the best damn healer that I can be. Usually I do struggle in these videos with remembering to cast the Innervate, but I'm going to do my best to get over that today. I really hope that our Gazlo goes for a teamfight build, because we do have that ETC, and the Gravitron Bomb with ETC can be really good. Gravitron Bomb, of course, being his big AoE suck-in vacuum ultimate. We are going to be picking up Rampant Growth at level 4, increases the initial heal of Regrowth. Basically just makes that burst healing a little bit stronger, which is something that Furion struggles with a little bit. We are going to root the Butcher in place, but he is going to charge right after our ETC. Don't worry, buddy. I'm out of position. Still healed him anyway, though. Still healed him anyway. Do we want to root there? No, I don't think so. We are going to have to regrowth myself. Let's Innervate our Zeratul. 7 seconds on the Sippy Cup, so I'm just going to be chilling, waiting on that Sippy Cup to happen. As always, though, I hope you guys are having a great day today. I don't know if I said that at the beginning or not. I'm feeling really good. Really good. I think I had an energy drink, though. I went to, you know, I go on a burrito run several times a week, and I went to the CVS, just a little store right next to it, for those of you who don't know what a CVS is. And I'm going to die. He's going to charge into me, hit me really hard. But the friendly team here, good to go. I usually get a coffee over there. Just like a low-calorie coffee. You know, those Starbucks generic bottle things. But I went in there today and they were out of them. So I got like... it was another Starbucks coffee, but it was in the refrigerator with all the other energy drinks, and I was like, this might be dangerous. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I got Starbucks energy drink, and I'm feeling really fucking good. For those of you that don't know, I had a horrible monster addiction. So we'll try to make this a one-time thing. I did do a warm-up game right before this one, and it went amazing. Like, I had a top 5 play in there where we stole, like, a boss from the enemy team. Roots going out, didn't catch anyone. Roots are so slow. Who's he charging in on? Zeratul? Zeratul should be able to get away from him. Let's just keep the heals going out on Gazlo. Try to remember to use my Innervate a little bit more often. Keep him in the fight. Looks like we're doing okay. We need to put another scouting drone. Actually, we don't need one down there because we do have Zagara's creep. 4 seconds on this, then I can get a little bit of mana back and come back into this fight. Alright, we're staying pretty well on top of these regrowths, keeping the team alive. Innervates are a little lacking, but they're always a little lacking. The Butcher potentially moving out of position again. It just seems like both teams want to brawl here in the middle. And that's really their only priority. Let's keep giving Innervates to our Gazlo. It seems like he needs them. Gazlo can do a build where he doesn't have to rely on mana at all. He basically just gets a ton back all of the time. But it does not look like our Gazlo is going down that particular path. The charge coming out on Zeratul once again. We're just going to put the roots down right in the choke point, keep them back. While the Butcher is charging, he cannot be crowd controlled. So keep that in mind. If you're playing Furion and you want to try to counter the Butcher a little bit, try to keep the Butcher still, you have to wait for him to stop moving before you can actually do anything with that. The enemy team does turn in enough spider butts to get an objective. Our ETC does die. It is going to be really hard to take down their Butcher when he has a Rhaegar who is crazy high burst healing and a Lily who is all about that sustain healing sitting next to him all the time. So we are going to have our work cut out for us a little bit. The enemy team is, you know, about a tenth of a level ahead of us, but they are level 8 right now, and we're only level 7 as the objectives are pushing down the lanes. Gazlo looks like he's going to die there, unfortunately. I was not back in time, but Zeratul does do a good job of recovering all of those spider butts that were lost in Gazlo's death. We should just be carefully pushing in here. No reason to overextend. We can use our structures to help us defend. We don't need to be taking all of the aggro here. Just going to keep putting out these roots. Not that they're really going to do much. Once again, the healing on that Butcher is going to be... Are you ready for it? It's going to be out of this world with those 2 healers just babysitting him. I know Rhaegar's somewhere else right now, but I'm talking about, you know, the grand scheme of things. I need to lay down another scouting drone, but we aren't really able to push out of here just yet. Let's keep our ETC alive. The only reason we healed ETC over Zeratul is because Zeratul is recalling. And let's just make sure we can get some decent vision here. Coming up to help Gazlo. You know, the Conjurer's Pursuit changes I thought were going to be really good, and I thought they were going to make quite the difference on Malfurion. Who are you charging? Stay back. But I have had some mana problems, as you guys can see. Normally, I'd never even had to think about mana. Now, that being said, I have been healing nearly every time it's off cooldown. I've been doing a lot with the blue bar that I have. And I've also been pretty decent with my Innervates this game, honestly. We need 7 more spider butts to put into the box, and I have 10 right here, so we are going to be getting our first objective of the game, assuming the enemy team does not interrupt me. There have been some changes to the spider map. For instance, one of the big ones is that these bruisers over here and over here instantly disappear once enough spider butts are in the box, and that's ready to go. What does that mean? That means if you want to do those little sneaky, hey, gather these merc camp plays, you have to do them right as your teammates start to turn in. If they're already in combat, they won't disappear, but you don't have that like 10-second window to like go from the turn in and then meander over to the bruiser to start it. You really have to be right on top of that. Let's go ahead and give Zeratul some mana. We are going to be picking up Tranquility because we are the only healer on our team. I thought that was going to be a hard engage, and I used Trank. It was not a hard engage, but the roots are real Zeratul, are we going to capitalize on it? Looks like our Gazlo might be going for a laser build. Is he? Is he going for a laser build, Gazlo? No. He's going good. He's going for the team fight build. Good. I've been a little confused with his playstyle so far. But that's okay. He seems to like these lasers. Unfortunately, Gazlo is going to be chained in here, and the bloodlust coming out from Rhaegar is going to make him all kinds of dead. The roots are going to protect me. I foresee it. The friendly team now coming in for some assistance as well. ETC going in. Are we going to see a dance? No dance? There's the dance. There's the dance. We need to burst down Rhaegar really quick. And we are doing just that. Very nice job. And we are going to waste the jug of 1,000 fuck yous coming out from our adversary Lili. The Butcher now out of position. Unfortunately, I'm completely out of mana. Let's return some mana to our Zeratul if I can. Other than that, I can't really do much. I cannot really do much right now. But the friendly team still pushing in here. Still very confident in this play. I'm going to give us a little bit more vision while we're doing this. I'm going to scout here. And I'm going to scout back here. I know that Nazeebo's down in the bottom lane, and I know that the majority of the enemy team is in their base respawning right now, but I don't want to take any chances. We should turn in, because we basically can. We're in a position where we push them back, we have free reign over the middle of the map, and we have a lot of spider butts to get in that chest. The Sippy Cup ready for me once again is going to alleviate some of my mana problems. I hope he stays. You don't need to go. You don't need to go. Where are you going? Where are you going? Let's go ahead and look at the healing done. We have 17,000 healing. That's a little bit more than the enemy team's Lili. With Malfurion, I've been consistently the #1 healer in all of these games I've been playing since the patch. I've only played, I haven't played that many though. The roots are not going to connect because Juke City is a real place. Let us make our way down to the middle. Looks like Zeratul found some friends. I need to be careful with my positioning. Let's go ahead and scouting drone here. Probably not the best scouting drone, if I'm totally honest. Looks like bot was overrun there by the Murky Butcher combo. That is crazy scary. I feel like the Butcher could have built for his team a little bit more. For instance, we're seeing the Butcher charge in and deal a lot of damage, but he built for the chain rather than... I need to focus here. Here we go, Trink coming out. We are going to be picking up Life Seed. I'll explain why in just a moment. The Void Prism going out is going to lock down at least a couple members of the enemy team. Are we going to get a dance? I'm not sure. Here's the dance. Here's the dance. We need to focus the Butcher while we can. Need to focus him before he can heal. And we do just that. Heals going out on our ETC. Now trying to burst down the enemy Rhaegar. We can. One more auto attack. There we go. And he is going to be taken out of this fight. Moving up with heals on our tank. Trying to keep him in this fight now. Gazlo has been taken over by the Octograb. But we can simply move down here and make sure that the red team cannot follow through with that. I wish I had enough mana for the roots, because if I could use them right now, I can use them right now. If I could have used them before, they would have been really, really real. But that's okay. How's the Sippy Cup coming? I think we have a little bit of time. No, it's ready for me. I have to go up there and get it. The friendly team's still pushing forward. The objective that we got has already been taken care of by the enemy team. It did not get a lot of work done. We need to keep in mind that Nazeebo has 29 butts, though. I should tell them. Zebro has 29 butts. We need to kill him. Here we go. Scout this. The friendly team falling back. Uh-oh. Nazebro's turning in. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it in my bones. We need to scout it. No! Damn it. I was a second too late, and now I'm going to die. I'm going to die for that. I have been chained in. Let's try to root. Nope. Nope. The friendly team prioritizing that bruiser camp rather than stopping the enemy team. And what did I do? I did the one thing you shouldn't do. Even if your team is making the wrong play and you're the only person who doesn't agree with them, you should still probably stick with your team. Because as you saw there, I walked into 4 people and I died. And that was just my fault, because I didn't do the alternative route that my team took. We are going to be respawning in 5 seconds, so it's not like we're going to be out of the battle too long. But by me going over there, I did also secure the death of Zeratul, and by me not being alive, we subsequently secured the death of that Gazlo player as well. So, a bit of a bad play on my part there. The friendly team, oh, you can accuse me of doing this too, I suppose. The friendly team up top, we should just fall back from this. There's really no reason to fight this at all. A great Void Prison is going to allow our Zagara player to live. The Maul was a little mistimed, a little bit too early. There's no reason to recall. I'm not too sure why she's leaving at all. She was at half mana and full health. Potentially I'm within kill range here, actually, if I'm by myself. The Butcher could charge in. He can't lock me down because he just used it, but the enemy team is going to be able to zone me here. And there's not too much I can do about it. Here comes the Butcher coming in. So we'll just try to get away from Rhaegar here. So my talents, I haven't been talking about them too much as I've been picking them up. They are mostly focused around healing. Your talents are pretty straightforward on Malfurion now. There's not going to be much of a deviation in most situations as far as I can tell. Your level 7 talent, Enduring Growth, increases duration of regrowth by 6 seconds, so your heal over time heals for more time. And then at level 13, we did go with Life Seed, which every 20 seconds is going to give us a free regrowth. We don't have to cast it. It's very, very mana efficient. And basically, because we don't have Conjurer's Pursuit anymore, that talent becomes more and more important. I did go for Hardened Focus at level 16. Hardened Focus allows us to reset our cooldowns much faster when we are near full health. Falling back to help our Zigzag here. We are going to be able to keep her alive. Tranquility coming out for the home team. I'm being body blocked by our Zagara here, who is refusing to move. But fortunately, she was at least standing in my Tranquility, and we were able to keep her alive. The friendly team has pushed very deep in here. The roots going out are not enough to save our Gazlo player, and we are going to be forced back here. Unfortunately, just not a very good spot for us to team fight in. The roots a little bit too slow, and I think I secured my own death with that. Zeratul being bad-mannered, calling GG. We still got this. We're 2 levels behind, which isn't that big of a deal. They are going to get a key structure here. The enemy team really did rally behind that Butcher. We do have little damage Gazlo isn't the best team fighter in the world, even with his team fighting ultimate. We've been fighting in positions where they can easily protect their Nazebo on their backline. Everyone seems to be worried about the Butcher, but we also have to worry about Nazebo too. He's one of the highest damage characters in the game right now. Although he is lagging behind the Butcher here for quite a bit. The Butcher is able to walk into these fights, as I mentioned earlier. He's getting the Bloodlust of Rhaegar. He's probably getting some shields from Rhaegar as well. No, actually, Rhaegar going for Cleanse, which is a really good idea. Rhaegar getting Cleanse to make sure the Butcher cannot be crowd controlled. So they are really working well together with their Butcher. And of course, they have 2 supports versus only just me. So that does become a little more difficult. The roots are real. Lily incredibly out of position here. We could definitely capitalize on this and take her out of the fight before her team can show up. Unfortunately, we are moving just a little bit too slow, and no crowd control went out on her at all. Did we have a dance there? We sure did, and we didn't use it. That could have been a very easy way for us to get a numbers advantage moving into this objective, because the enemy team is just going to be able to clump and push into us now, and there's not too much that we can do about it. As you can see right here, it's like I know what I'm talking about sometimes. We can poke and prod at them with our Q, or excuse me, with our W, but it's not going to do much. It's like 200 damage. They're just going to walk right through it. That's one little sip of tea. Dude, we should come in here with a dance. Get in here with a dance. It's your chance. Yeah, girl, shake that thing. Unfortunately, I'm going to be taken down here. Here comes the Tranquility. They're finally coming in to peel for me. We're still not seeing a dance coming out of our ETC. He is by himself. He's crowd controlled in the corner. Can we please crowd control him to death? Doesn't look like that's going to happen. As the enemy team pushes in and takes down our keep, we are now just starting to return some fire on them. Zeratul very low on health. We're trying to heal him back up. ETC likely going to be taken down here. Here comes the dance. Finally, he does take over both of the healers. Speaking of burst damage, we had nearly none of it coming out on the enemy team, even when the healers were crowd controlled. We definitely have enough damage for that. It's just a reaction time issue at that point. We could probably get out of here. No, we probably can't get out of here, actually. And we are going to be taken down. So that's every member of the friendly team taken down, except for our Zagara. Let's look at everyone's build. Maybe that's where a potential problem is outlying here. I mean, I'm not too sure what Zeratil's thinking with his late game talents. I guess he's going for a cleave build. Gain 25% basic attack damage for 5 seconds when breaking a permanent cloak. That seems like I've never even seen someone take that talent. Not saying this is his fault or anything. The enemy team really just rallied behind that Butcher and really propelled him to the top, allowing him to do 61,000 damage. And also allowing that Gazebo, because we were so focused on that front line of the Butcher, they were allowing Gazebo to just free cast in the... Whoa! Okay, I got logged out. I was going to show you my talents and shit, but I guess it just got logged out. Anyway, the healing of Malfurion, pretty straightforward now. You still have to be on top of things. At level 20, I would have taken Storm Shield, because everything you do is a heal over time, and Storm Shield is a bit of a buffer for your entire team. It's like basically the same range as your Tranquility. So you cast Tranquility, you're dealing some healing over time, and right as your friendly team starts to lose more HP than you can keep up with, you hit Storm Shield. Then they have this few hundred health buffer, and your heals over time can catch back up. Other than that, I mean, you pick up your level 1 talent has some deviation, but really, if you want to go for healing, you basically just pick all of the talents that have a heal on it. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? And then at level 16, you want to reduce your cooldowns so you can regrowth more. The main misconception about Malfurion is that he's a very slow play style, when in reality, you have to be very fast. You have to think about the incoming damage before it happens. You have to have those heals already ticking on someone before the damage really starts to hit hard. And overall, I think it's a really fun character. Now, we did lose this game today pretty bad, but that happens. That happens on a pretty regular basis, you know? 6 out of 10 games I win or something. I think my win percentage is around 60, 65%, something like that. So, I mean, you're bound to get these losses. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Malfurion really hasn't changed that much. Everyone was flipping their shit about him. If anything, I think he's a little bit stronger. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all next time.